Hey there, good peeps. Sammy here with another indie game to show you. This time we are looking at the cute and very laid back, very chill city builder called Fabledom. Now, this game has a very high emphasis on living out your fairy tale dreams, falling in love with your happy ever after in this really cute style city builder. And I don't play many of these games. If I'm being honest with you, this is kind of a new deal to me here, but I didn't know what I was expecting so much, but I really enjoyed my time with the Fabledom demo. So I'm here to show you the demo gameplay of this game, which you can at least get an hour out of at the very least. And it gives you the opportunity to actually carry on and play after you've done all the content in the demo. So feel free to check it out. I'll have a link in the description where you can find the demo on Steam. And the full game actually releases in about 3 days' time, according to the Steam page. So grab it and put it on your wish list. Try the demo first, and I'm sure you'll have a great time, as I did. It is my job to show you guys some really great and unique looking indie games that you may not have heard of before. And if you like what you see here, feel free to go and hit that like and subscribe. Thank you very much indeed. Now, let's crack on with what the game has to offer. So to start with, what I think I'm going to do, if you don't mind, is just quickly read you the brief synopsis on the Steam page to give you just a heads up as to what the game entails. Once upon a village, set in a wholesome fairy tale world, Fabledom is the ideal laid-back city builder. Enjoy the growth of your settlement, trade and use diplomacy to ally or challenge your neighbours, and most importantly, find yourself a prince or princess and live happily ever after. Now that is something straight out of a Disney film, if you ask me. And when you start the game, you get this cutscene that basically opens a book up with a narrator in the background and tells you in a fairy tale kind of manner as to what the game is going to have you start off with. And after that, you basically start in your camp with after choosing where in the world map you want your settlement to be, and then you have about 4 villagers, and you're off. You have a tutorial guiding you all the way through the process in the demo, but it's really easy to get to grips with. You know, by the looks of it, it doesn't look like it will be a game that's too complex. However, there's probably going to be a challenge thrown in the mix here and there, so don't let the cute look sort of throw you off in that regards. But more to the point, this game is really just a laid-back, chill game. If you have a stressful day at work or at school, you know, lecturers kicking your ass at college and stuff like that, then you want to come home and play a stress-free kind of game like this. This will do it for you. This is the game that you kind of want to play. Heavily inspired by games like The Settlers, which I played the early adaptations of very long ago, you know, lifetimes ago, we'll say, to be honest. But since then, the only kind of real-time strategies that I was into after that were in the late 90s with games like Age of Empires and Warcraft 3 and stuff like that. I haven't really gone back to many real-time strategy games, top-down view type thing since then. So this is kind of a new thing for me, this kind of game. And I was pleasantly surprised, I'll have you know. You know, like I said, I don't usually play games like this, but this did catch me off, if I'm being honest with you. In a good way, in a really good way. So you'll have your villagers, and you will need to build homesteads for them so that they have a place to live. And after a while, you'll get more villagers kind of move into your territory and want to live in your settlement. So you'll have to build more houses as you go, and you can decorate the houses as you wish. You can put stuff in the backyards like beehives and clotheslines and stuff like that. All your villagers will need jobs, so they can be labourers, or they can be, you know, work on a farm, or work in a stone cutter's mill or something like that. They'll all need jobs to contribute towards the settlement. You also have to take taxes off them, so there's obviously a big economy drive in this game. But the biggest push in this game is obviously its fairy tale kind of outlook, with the idea of falling in love with your happily ever after prince or princess. You get to choose what you want to be at the beginning, choose your name, choose if you want to be a prince or a princess, and then throughout the game, I believe I got a love letter from a princess in this demo, so that will happen in the demo. You don't do too much after that because there's only about an hour's worth of content, but you can send out one of your villagers to go and explore other regions of the map, who will find the princess that sent you the letter, and then you can respond to that however you want to. You can, you know, start talking to them and get to know them better, and eventually I imagine greater things will unfold without giving too much away. So it's kind of a cute kind of fairy tale story that you're writing for yourself in this city builder. To be honest with you, I wasn't really sort of willing to find out too much about the happily ever after and finding your one true love in this game and stuff like that. I was more kind of interested in how the mechanics of building up your city and uh, getting your folks to get jobs and stuff like that, how that kind of worked and everything. Because I wanted to find out if this kind of game still holds up today. As I said, the late 90s, early noughties were prime time for PC gaming and real-time strategies. Since then, that kind of genre is not really as anywhere near as popular as it used to be. You had so many games back then that did that, and nowadays you only get the odd few. But you got to love our indie developers. That's why I love and try and push hard on these indie developers for people to notice their stuff, because they still make the games that I used to play back then. You know, you wouldn't really get too many of these kind of games without indie developers. So that's why I was really looking forward to trying this out and seeing if it still held a bit of magic as to what the genre used to hold back in the day. Okay, and like I said, pleasantly surprised. There was yeah, some really great stuff here, and had a really great chill time, really laid back. Didn't take it seriously at all, and I advise you don't take it seriously either if you play this game, because the game kind of doesn't actually let you take this seriously. If I'm being honest with you, it's really quirky, really funny. The narrator in the background when he talks, he tells a good story in a humorous way. Speaking of developers, this is a game that is developed by a Swedish two-man band called Greenar Games, and I'm really sorry if I butchered that name, but I do that a lot. You can find them on Twitter, and I believe this is their first project they've ever made, and so if it is, they're doing a great job on it so far. So I really hope they continue in that trend, and this game turns out to be a great success. And like I said, it is out in about 3 days, so you can grab your copy. Find the link in description. Try the demo, wishlist it, etc., etc. Just like in all real-time strategy games, you'll have to juggle many things and become a multitasker. You'll have to keep on top of what your villagers are doing, make sure they're working, make sure you have enough homesteads to house all the new villagers coming in. You'll have to make sure they've all got jobs. You'll have to make sure that they're paying their taxes, so you've got to keep on top of your economy as well, making sure you've got enough money to afford everything. You have to make sure you have enough room to build new buildings for your villagers to work in so that they can earn that money and then they can pay you their taxes. You can also, partway through the demo, expand your settlement, so you'll be given extra area and room to build more stuff. You've also got to make sure you put your buildings in key locations. Sometimes there's certain buildings, I can't remember which one exactly, but there was a building that I built that I was advised not to build it near any homes because that will actually bring the morale down. So morale, you have to keep on top of that too. If you build an inn somewhere close to the homes, that boosts morale up, obviously. So you have to make sure you do that as well to make sure morale is on top form too. In terms of controlling the game, the WASD keys on your keyboard will allow you to move up, down, left and right, basically. Using the mouse, I think you hold down the middle wheel on your mouse and you can actually spin and rotate the camera as well. So you get quite a lot of freedom of control, and it's very simple and chill to do that too. In terms of how the game looks, as you can see, very colourful, very cutesy. This is that kind of fairy tale game, isn't it? So it's going to be this kind of graphics, but it's really eye-catching, to be honest with you. It does catch your eye really well. The whole green of the grass and the very deep blues of the water beside you, and also seasons change. So partway through this demo, if you continue watching the demo gameplay here, you'll see that it starts to get snowy as well. So you've got that to bear in mind. Season changes may change the way that certain villagers behave. I'm not too sure on that front if weather has an impact too much. I do know that trees do grow back once they've been cut down after a while. So your labourers and woodcutters and that can continue to work in the area that they work in, and you can possibly get different kind of seeds for your farm. At the beginning in the demo, I started off with just pumpkin seeds, so I was growing pumpkins all the time. But you can probably change that up as the game progresses. You can also hire up to about 3 farmers in your farm and hire up to 2 somewhere else, and certain places where they work can hire more than 1 person to make sure that things are going smoothly and as quickly, and production is happening as quickly as you want it to. You do get to choose how to go about your diplomacy with neighbouring settlements as well, by the way. And also, I never saw in the demo any kind of like army that you could build and stuff, but I know you can do that in the full game. I'm curious to find out how exactly you get to train up your army and then attack neighbouring civilizations, whether you have much control over that, or maybe you just send them there and see if they win. I don't know how much control you get over that, but I'm, like I said, willing to find out and see what they actually do with that in the full game. So let's keep my eye on that in the next few days when the game releases. So I'll be sure to let you know if there's more gameplay to show you. So it seems like you can choose to be kind of a villain in this fairy tale story type city building game, or you can be like kind and try and become allies with your neighbors and stuff like that, or you can just try and conquer them. Depends on the mood I'm in, really. If I come back from a bad day at work, maybe I'll be a villain and just try and conquer the whole world. Or, maybe if I've had a good day, we'll come back, I'll be diplomatic, maybe fall for the fairy tale princess of my dreams and live off our days happily ever after. You never know what happens. But it's nice that you potentially get to make that decision and choose that as the game unfolds. So that's pretty cool. I think that's a pretty cool thing, to be honest with you. But overall, it's a really, really fun game. I had a lot of fun with it. You can also speed up the time as well. So if you're waiting for something to be built or anything like that, you can speed up the time, which I was doing quite a few times during the demo. But then you can change it back to normal and just carry on playing like that. But it's a really, really fun game. It's cute. It's got some really nice graphics, and I like the building. I like the fact that you choose your villagers to have different jobs. Diplomacy seems like it will be good. It's kind of hinted at that it's a strong factor in the game where diplomacy stands and everything like that. So looking forward to seeing how that unfolds in the next few days. Like I said, find the link in my description to find this demo on Steam. Download it for yourselves. Put it on your wish list. It comes out in a few days. I'm going to let you watch the rest of this gameplay. So thank you all so much for watching. One more thing though. On the Steam page, I've noticed that it says that the game will have giants, witches, and flying pigs. So if flying pigs doesn't persuade you to put this on your wish list, I'm not sure anything will. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay. I'll see you all another time. Have yourselves a great day. Hey good peeps, thanks so much for watching this video. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you like what you see, and also catch me live on Twitch every Sunday, Tuesday and every other Friday, 8 PM UK time. I'll see you there. Back to the video.
Oh, drat! Your story was just getting started. But it doesn't end here. Listen to this. Let me tell you a story you cannot resist, of bandits dissed, of sweethearts kissed, endless twists you cannot miss when you wish upon a list. I won Fabledom Idol with that one. Well, thank you for playing, and come back soon. And when you do, maybe bring soup, something warm to eat. I'm so lonely.